a mistake. He looks like he's going into the canyon. The ship's going down. It's going down.
What does it look like, Bob?
It looks like he didn't hold on to the handle.
Like we feared.
Yeah.
That guy was an idiot. I never touched that chute. It was his fault, and his fault only, that I didn't make it across that canyon.
And he's going to crash. Now he's coming down about 17 feet per second. Slowly going down. Boy, looks like he's down in the water. Robert Craig Knievel did not clear the 1,500-foot Snake River Canyon.
Dave Dameshek there, you just heard some of the great work of the late, great Evil Knievel joining us. Now, he died, of course, on Friday. I'm sure you heard by now about that. On the phone right now, his peer in Super Daredevilldom, Super Dave Osborne. Super, thanks for coming on the show.
You're welcome. Do me a favor. Would you call me every night at this time and let me sit through about 7 hours of commercials?
I'm sorry. What?
With it's not the name on the back, it's the name on the front, the Clippers. What does that mean? When they come out of the tunnel and you see the Clippers, all of a sudden you're seeing the greatest of basketball?
Hey, when you talk NBA basketball, the conversation begins and ends with the Clippers. You know that.
It really does. And before I forget, I want to tell you that this Sunday I'm having a giant walkathon with a lot of celebrities. I know Jimmy Kimmel's going to join me.
Oh.
Where we're going to raise money for the less fortunate. We're going to try in 1 hour to take one lap around the Kansas football coach, Mark Mangione.
Yeah, he's unfortunate, yeah.
A bigger human being than that in your life.
How is there room in the locker room for 70 or 80 players?
Contract, he has to include an extra $30,000 for special headphones. You know, I could see him at practice sitting in a golf cart and going nowhere.
He's got a weight problem. He's morbidly obese.
Don't explain my joke. Just go with it. I'm not here for that long. Thanks for saying he's got a weight problem. He's obese. Thank you so much for explaining that to me.
I don't know if everybody's seen the man.
I'm fed up with this bowl thing, and now you had to explain that joke to them.
Why? I had to talk about the bowl games, didn't I? It's the big thing.
Why, in the next hour, why'd you get a dead horse and beat it?
All right, well, let's not talk about then. Let's talk about Knievel. I ran into you at the tailgate the other day.
I know, it was so thrilling. I said to my wife, let's get out of here. It looks like Dameshek. And you said, super.
Well, now that we got you on the phone, we may as well talk.
Dickie Barrett Show. That's where you started, isn't it?
That's exactly right. Yeah, I used to like listening to you on Dickie Barrett's show.
He should have a show again.
Well, now I have a show.
I know, and you know what? You're doing a great job.
Oh, thanks so much.
You're welcome.
All right, let's talk Knievel for a second. Now, he died on Friday.
Evil Knievel, let me tell you about Evil. Evil was one of a kind because his son Robbie I know very well, too, and I had him on my show for years, and Robbie is a fantastic motorcyclist. Evil was not.
Mm-hmm.
And what made Evil is, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to jump 13 buses, and he broke every bone in his body. He didn't get up like David Blaine can hang himself from his nutsack for about 7 hours, and no one cares because he's doing a fake.
I don't think you can use that term, Super.
Evil never got up and said, I'm fine. The minute he would take off, an ambulance was going at the same speed and would meet him at the spot.
But his most noteworthy stunt was supposedly...
I'm going to tell you his most noteworthy stunt, if you don't mind.
Please.
About many, many years ago, a show was sold, I think it was to CBS. It might have been ABC, but I think it was CBS, and it was Evil Knievel at the Coliseum. This is a true story. The guy that directed it was a great director, but not a great people person. So he's in the booth about 3 hours before the show, and he says to one of the gophers, go get me Evil. Now, first of all, you don't say that to Evil. In other words, if you want to talk to Evil, you go talk to him. So the gopher goes and climbs up about 15 stairs, metal stairs, to where Evil is in a makeshift room, and he knocks on the door, and Evil said, who's there? And he said, it's Billy. And he said, what do you want? The director wants to talk to you. He said, if the director wants to talk to me, tell him to come up here. So the kid runs down, he's standing there. The director looks at him, he says, what's going on? He said, you should go up. He said, do I have to do everything myself? Director runs up the stairs, knocks on the door. Evil said, who is it? He said, it's so-and-so. Evil opens the door and hits him right in the face. Now, the director goes down like a sack down the stairs. He's now sitting in the booth 2 hours before, honestly, with a stake on his eye. And all of a sudden, on the floor of the Coliseum, he hears Evil's motorcycle starting up. And he said, what's going on? He said, Evil's going to try a test run. He said, but we don't have cameras ready. He said, don't worry, Evil does a test run and breaks every bone in his body. So when the show goes on, there's no Evil Knievel. And they had to move the second act, which was a guy who blew himself up in a box, to the main thing. And the end of the show was, after the guy blew himself in the box, the announcer said, how do you feel? And the guy said, what? That was the show.
I remember that.
It's a true story.
I do remember that. I remember tuning in that night to watch it. He was going to jump over a pool of sharks, right?
Yes, exactly, and he was in the hospital.
So now, did you know Evil?
Yeah, I had met him a few times. I knew Robbie very well. Evil was one of a kind.
Now, who came first, you or Evil?
Oh, Evil, Evil was there. Evil was huge. Evil was the #1 toy seller in the United States before he decided to play baseball with Shelley Saltzman.
What is the story with Shelley Saltzman?
Well, Shelley did something, said something in a book, and Evil didn't like it. And Evil was pretty wild, and so he confronted Shelley on a Fox lot and hit him many times with a baseball bat. And that was the end of Evil.
Now, by the way, Super Dave Osborne joining us on the Sprint Hotline. You were fantastic the last few seasons, I guess, on Curb Your Enthusiasm. Marty Funkhauser, fantastic stuff.
Thanks a million. That's very nice.
Are you doing another season of it?
Well, I haven't started yet. Larry's got to decide whether he's going to do it or not. I'm pretty sure he will.
Oh, terrific. Yeah, you were probably the best thing on the show this year, along with Jeff Garland. You and Garland were both hysterical this year.
Oh, thanks a million.
Now, also, you were in Ocean's 13, which I haven't seen, but I hear great reviews for you there.
It's already out on video, so I guess you ran to the theater when it came out.
No, yeah, I didn't even know you were in it.
That was the most fun. That was absolutely, it was great.
What's Clooney like?
Great. They're all great guys, honestly, and I'm not just saying that. I'm not doing a Hollywood thing. They're just great guys, and it was a lot of fun. And I've never seen so much money spent on anything in my life. I mean, my whole life doing my show, I was concerned about what things cost. And I go on the set, and they have built inside a hangar a 3-story Las Vegas casino with koi ponds and thousands of machines. It's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen.
What about, this is something I've always wanted to know about from you, because I always used to come home from school and watch you on Roy Firestone's show. I used to love that. What was that called? Sports, whatever it was?
Yeah.
The interview show. What kind of fellow was that guy?
Oh, he's a great guy.
Really?
Yeah, I have no idea why he stopped doing that.
Yeah, he's vanished. He did that show for like 10 years or something and never heard from him again.
He was so great at it. But he's got a great sense of humor, and he does impressions. And I think deep down he always wanted to be a hit as an impressionist. And I tried to tell him to keep the day job, but he didn't. I mean, he was the greatest.
Yeah, I always enjoyed watching that, but that was always my favorite thing, when you'd come on that show and show stuff from your show on Showtime.
Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, it was terrific. Now, quickly, what about your thoughts on the BCS? Because I want to beat the dead horse just a little bit more.
Look, the best team in the country right now, I think, is probably maybe SC in Oklahoma. I mean, if you look at SC, the size of the kids they get is insane. Let me say one thing in defense of Durrell, too. Oregon lost their quarterback and wound up in the toilet. Cal lost their quarterback and wound up in the toilet. I mean, Durrell lost his quarterback, so, I mean, I don't know if it's fair or not, but he's a great guy.
2 QBs, right. He lost both of them. One of them had a collapsed lung.
You know what I would do if I were at UCLA? I would do my utmost to go over and get Ken Norton back from SC. Ken Norton went to UCLA, and he is an unbelievable recruiter and a great coach.
How about this one, Super Dave? What about Norm Chow? Steal him from the NFL, make him the head coach of UCLA.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool, too.
UCLA faces a problem in that getting into UCLA is not quite as easy as some other schools. So you got to have a great recruiter, and you just got to. It's tough. And being against the SC coach now is impossible. That guy is completely magnetic, and the energy he has on the field is insane.
What about one more name? What about if we roll Mark Mangino out from Kansas?
I don't think so. I think by the time he got there, the whole football would not be played anymore. But here's the thing. What about June Jones from Hawaii? Another guy is the guy from Texas Tech. He runs a crazy offense. He'd be a lot of fun.
Yeah, Leach would be fun. Yeah, or June Jones with that Hawaii offense.
So insane on the sidelines. I think that's what UCLA needs. They've got the guy who waves the towel, but they need a coach who really goes nuts.
Yeah, if nothing else, to steal attention from the superior USC team, right?
Correct.
All right. Hey,
I think the Rose Bowl is going to be such a mismatch.
It's going to be terrible. It's going to be a blowout. Can you imagine they don't put Georgia or Hawaii in there? It would be a much more compelling game.
But look at Hawaii. Realistically, Washington beat Boise State. Washington kind of beat Hawaii, and Washington was last place in the Pac-10.
Well, all I know is this, is that Ohio State, who is in the national championship, their signature win came against Michigan, and they lost to Appalachian State.
I know. Why am I beating a dead horse now? I don't care about this whole thing.
I'm sorry. All right, I'll let you go, Super.
USC is going to kill Illinois.
That much we agree on.
Georgia will probably beat Hawaii pretty badly.
Well, if Hawaii does somehow get past Georgia, though, then I think they deserve claim to the national championship.
I don't know to this day how SC lost to Stanford. I don't understand it.
Yeah, I know. It's terrible.
Walk-on quarterback, and I mean, you and me, you really could, with the SC line, could have done okay.
Probably true. Yeah, it is stunning. A 40-whatever point favorite they were. Anyway, hey, Super, I got to run because I got to beat the dead horse on the other side of this.
Get back to that bowl question because not enough people have shown interest in it, and it's been on the radio morning to night.
I know. I got a guy from the L.A. Times, Chris Dufresne, coming on. I don't want to leave him waiting. We got to beat the horse a little bit more.
Okay, pal.
Thanks so much, Super Dave. Please, call back soon.
Okay, goodbye.
All right, there you go. Super Dave Osborne. What a delight.